Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I'm Mike Scott. Let's talk business. Let's talk solar right now. Glenn Siemens is from Arise Solar, and we were just having a fascinating discussion during the break there. Glenn, good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, we've had a lot of different solar companies in here over the years, and tell me why Arise is different from all the rest.
Okay, well, I don't know if we have enough hours for that, but really, Mike, the difference with Arise Solar, we call it the Arise difference.
The Arise difference.
Yeah, it's really the founding principles of how I started my company back 9 years ago. And so
you're not a fly-by-night. You've been around.
No, I've been around for a while. In fact, the three large companies that were around when I were here are all gone. So
you survived.
We've survived, and we are built to last, actually.
Yeah. What did you do different than the other guys?
I do it right the first time. So, and I actually treat people as they're human beings, and we respect them.
What a concept, huh?
You know, it's really the core values of the company is what really runs the company, and that's the Arise difference. So the core values is basically one, we call it a crusader spirit, and that's really doing it right the first time. And that's what really sort of got me involved in the solar business back in 2007 when I had the opportunity to come up to start the company. I started looking at how solar companies were putting in their systems. There was conduit all across the top of the roof. There were junction boxes. They were using plastic PVC pipe around rain gutters. And I'm looking at this and I'm, this is hideous. Why are people accepting this type of an installation on their roof? Well, I come to find out no one provided any kind of different installation method. So I'm a little bit more detailed kind of guy. I do a lot of, or did a lot of remodel contracting, and I felt, when you get done with the project, it needs to look nice and clean and be proud of what you did. And so we brought that concept into solar. As far as everything we do is inside the attics, conduit is painted, junction boxes, you don't see them there, pipes actually straight and level. Those kind of concepts, who would ever have thought? So we do that we do it right the first time. From the moment you get our phone, you call us to when we're done and finished and deliver the warranty manual. We don't succeed 100%, but we definitely try to do it right the first time. So that's really the crusader spirit that we talked about. The other is a steward's heart, offering God your best, and that is actually the golden rule: treat others as you want to be treated. So if we come into your home, I'm not going to sit here and be a high pressure used car salesman. We're going to sit down, listen to what you want, listen to what you're trying to do, talk about different kind of financing methods. We want to really give you the right product for you, not what I think is best for you, but what's best for you. And we do it that way. So we treat people actually as human beings. And the third is a sunny disposition. We love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. This fires me up every morning. I get up out of bed to go to work. And so that's really what we do. And so that permeates our company, and hopefully that's what people experience with that. So
now, we keep hearing about these federal tax credits. They're going to be expiring soon. And actually, it's not till the end of next year.
Correct. It's the end of 2016.
So you still have a few months to...
Yes, well...
over a year and 2 months.
That is true. Technically, the system has to be basically what they call PTO'd by the utility. It has to get permission to operate to get your tax credit.
So it has to be finished by the end of next year.
It needs to be finished,
operating.
Right. You got to pay for it, and it's got to be finished and turned on for you to get the tax credit.
Okay.
So what
and that's a hefty credit, right?
It's 30%.
30%, yeah.
Right. So if you have a $30,000 system, that's $9,000 that if you've already paid it to Uncle Sam, you will actually get that check back. Or if you're self-employed and you haven't paid it yet, you can stop paying estimated payroll tax by that amount if you want. Just keep it in your pocket. Yeah, so it's a huge thing. So it's 30% of the system that you don't have to basically pay for.
Now, these have been extended in the past, haven't they, these tax credits? Maybe again? Who knows?
Who knows, right. So what we know as of today, the residential tax credit will expire at the end of 2016. The commercial tax credit will go from 30% down to 10% at the end of 2016. So commercial is a little different with that too.
Okay.
The great thing about commercial is you can actually take that tax credit and go 1 year back on your taxes to get it. So if you put a system in 2016, you can actually go back to 2015 and get your tax credit on that. So I'm not an accountant, but this is the information that we've been told on how all that works. So,
interesting. Yeah. All right. NEM. I don't know what those initials mean, but you do.
That stands for net energy metering, right? And that is going to be changing in the middle of 2016. We're looking for it right now, probably more towards the first part of 2016. And what that means is right now the law states that the utilities have to credit you at the same rate they charge you for any excess electricity that goes back to the grid. So, for example, say during the daytime your system's producing a lot of kilowatt hours back to the grid, and you're on a high time of use rate, and maybe they're charging you 36 cents a kilowatt hour for it. Well, they're going to credit you at 36 cents a kilowatt hour for that excess production.
But that's all changing.
That's all changing. Utilities are saying, well, we can keep expanding the way we are. That's getting rid of all of our profits for that. So what's happening is it's changing from what's called NEM 1.0 to NEM 2.0. And what's going to happen then is the net energy metering will still be there, but instead of them crediting you at the same rate they charge you, and it's going to drop down like in PG&E era territory, we're expecting about 10 cents a kilowatt hour is what you will be receiving instead of the high rate. So it's going to change a little bit the dynamics of solar. It's still going to make a ton of sense to go, but you'll probably see more energy storage systems come into play.
The batteries you were talking
Yes,
about.
to help offset that. So some of the big companies are talking about them right now. The interesting thing is the big companies talk about it, but you can't buy it. You can't go to them and say, I want that system put in. They don't have the product. I actually have the product. I have it on my house, and it is just getting finalized, and we're turning it on here next week. And so I will be one of the first energy storage systems in this area that I know of on my house. So we've done that. So once we understand how it works and interconnects properly, then we'll be offering that to the general public for those that want to have the energy storage. And the difference there is you just won't be backfeeding to the grid. You'll be storing most of that electricity at your home, and then it's used in the evening times when the sun goes down.
And it's all automatic as to when that flicks on and off?
Yep.
And
You don't have to do a thing. You'll never even know when it's switching or doing anything. Other than the battery storage system we have is called Juicebox, and it's got these really cool blue LED lights on there. So the higher the light is, the more power you have in there. So you'll be able to see that variance. You'll also be able to see it on the internet on your iPhone. You can track the usage and the power output and all that. But as far as lights, you won't tell at all when anything turns on or goes off.
fascinating stuff.
Yeah, fun
All
stuff.
Glenn, how can folks find out more about Arise Solar?
Well, they can call our office at 559-449-8989. Find us on the internet at arisesolar.com. That's the easiest way. Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Glenn, nice meeting you.
All right. Same here.
Arise Solar, right here on Central Valley Talk.